Hey guys, so Dumb and Dumber back on the camera again. It's been a while since me and you done a video, huh?
Mate, I can't believe it. Everyone else booked out tonight, or...
No, it's just the way it is.
Tell you what, mate, I'm so excited to be back. I feel like a virgin again, ready to get in there, so...
Not as much as a virgin as I'm feeling, but anyway. So yeah, been getting asked a few questions by a few people, and there seemed to be like a running trend on the questions I've been getting asked. So I actually got a message today from a girl, Louis Anna. So thanks for these questions, and I suppose, yeah, a few people have wanting to ask me or wanting to know the answers to these here. So I thought it'd be a good idea to get Marty to ask me them, and then we'll see how we go. And yeah, cool.
Before we get into it, Louiana, these questions are pretty upfront. They're probably more so questions that I would ask Pete, so pretty impressed you've come up with them. You're putting him in the hot seat.
Yeah, I was impressed. Very good questions.
Can't wait to put him in there. So, Louiana's first question is, now that you've hit the halfway mark, can you experience and think in your own mind what your next sexual experience is going to be? Is it going to be A, on the 1st of January with anyone who's close to you at the party? Are you just going to grab a stranger, take her away, and have the best 1 second of your life? Is it B, going to be on the 1st of January with someone that you know and someone that you've been bonding with either through a long period or a short period, someone that you've become close with lately? Or is it C, you're going to maintain some dignity and hold on until you enter a relationship and you actually truly connect with someone?
Right, cool. So definitely A is definitely not going to be happening. Even though everyone thinks that's what's going to be happening. The one thing I've learned is get out of that habit of doing that and have a connection, deeper connection. So sorry to disappoint everyone for that one. Definitely going to be with a connection, so it's either B or C. Someone it's definitely going to be someone that I know, maybe that I've built a relationship over the past few months, or that I've known. But I'm definitely going to have a connection with them, and whether that be in a relationship or not, that's probably the key. But more than likely be, I'll probably wait until I'm in a relationship, to be honest.
So it's not going to happen on the 1st of Jan, mate?
Probably not.
So you're going to be this moody for God knows how long next year too?
Probably.
For fuck's sake. Question number 2. Why did you break up with your last girlfriend? Was it A, because you were too tempted to have sex with her or have something in a sexual experience way with her? Was it that you want to discover this solo path that you're doing this year to find your inner soul, yourself, and learn more about yourself?
So just, yeah.
Or was it C, did you just purely want to be single?
There's probably a few factors involved in that scenario. Number one, I'm glad I met Claire and had what we did do, because it was part of my journey. I can only speak for myself, but she's been the best teacher, best person that I've ever met in a close relationship, and it's brought a lot of stuff to surface that I have been working on and stuff. So from that regard, it was a really good thing to happen. I suppose, why did I break up? Oh, I think everyone's got different wants and needs in a relationship and values different things, and for me a really important one is to have an interest in the other person and share that, I suppose, care for each other, and have conversations about what you're up to, and have a genuine interest in how you're going, and share ideas, want to share experiences, and I didn't feel that was a two-way street, and that was something that it was openly admitted by Claire too. I hope she doesn't mind me saying that, but and that was something that she had noticed about herself. So that was, I suppose, the main thing. And then the temptation, I fancy the pants off Claire, I really do.
Could Claire come into the first question on number B?
What do you mean?
1st of Jan with someone close.
I don't know. I don't want to look that far ahead. So, and then, it was it's nothing to do with being single, but for the next 7 or 8 months, whatever it was going to be Temptation Island every day that we were together. Well, for me anyway. and it was just frustrating and stuff. So there's a lot of factors built up, and then I needed to be single for these remainder of these months, just to, like, I've been working on my own stuff the last 2 months pretty intensely, and lots of stuff been coming to the surface and learning and loving it where I'm at. So yeah, a few factors involved. No one's to blame. I'm not judging anyone. It was what it was, and yeah, we're still speaking and stuff. So I can't say what will happen next year or whatever.
Just heading back to the first question, I believe you were having a chat with Ma on the phone tonight. And I believe you were telling her that I'm doing another video with Marty. God knows what she responded to that. We know what she thinks of me. And you told her about question 1. Now that you're halfway through, can you think about what your next sexual experience is going to be? And what was your Ma's response?
She was like, "Yep, 1st of January with anyone." So she knows what I used to be like.
Let's see if you can hold on to it.
She knows me too well. So yeah, and I think this is probably a good way of doing things. Like, if anyone's got any other questions or anything, send them to me, and I'll get Oprah here to ask me.
I don't really know what question I want to ask you. I haven't quite figured out how to word it, but we've already been throwing a few ideas around about another 12-month journey for you. Yeah. So my question is, next year, are you going to run from us here in cold Melbourne and go and travel the world? You're going to come up with another charity sort of solution idea with raising money travelling the world? Or are you going to stick to what you know and what you're doing and stay nice and settled here?
I'm not sure yet. I'm playing with the idea of going overseas next year. Just like there's stuff that's happening with different ideas and businesses and stuff. So ideally travelling next year, but going to play a beer and see what happens. So yeah,
I must admit it has been a cracking few last months.
In what way?
You've been meeting more girls, which is making things even more interesting and harder for you.
But not.
You've been kissing girls, which is awesome, because I think you're the worst kisser. You look like a goldfish when you're doing it. We've got photos to prove it, but we're not allowed to do anything with them. You're meeting a lot of people. You're getting a lot of attraction right now, and every time you seem to go out, Porn and Co. ladies, if you're around, Pete's generally hovering around by about 10:30.
You're a dick.
He's in there looking just for a passion, then he seems to run and come home.
I'm not even looking for a passion. I'm not looking for anything.
They just mount you, do they?
No, it's not even that. That was...
What is it, you
nothing.
sexy beast?
There's nothing happening. I'm not looking. I'm quite happy being single. There's definitely more. I'm definitely meeting girls, but like not in a like dating relationship kind of way. I've met a couple of girls and really top chicks and stuff, but there's not like it's not evolving anything. It's just friendly sort of stuff. And that's just the way it is. Like, I really want to focus on what I'm doing and stuff, and not to be putting myself into a position that I could nearly break the chastity again, which I nearly did with Claire. Like, that's like if it wasn't for her, I would have broke it, and I don't want to get in that position again, because I know if I'm putting myself in that position, human biology takes over, and it doesn't matter what the head says, because
the dick is stronger.
Yeah, it's funny because so I was talking about, somebody asked me that yesterday or 2 days ago, when was my last wank or masturbation.
Can't say wank.
And I was like, well, it's actually funny enough, it was today, first time in 2 weeks, and they just couldn't believe this. And I was like, well, I didn't even really want to. It was just like as if you've got an old car sitting outside and you just went out to turn it on to make sure.
Make sure it still works.
To make sure it still works for that time you do want to drive it. That's what it feels like. It's weird, but at the same time, whatever works.
I think the first 3 months was the toughest from my eyes, and I think the last 3 months you've just cruised. You're a lot more settled. Your focus on girls is just completely gone now. You're just about meeting friends and having a good time.
Yeah. And
I think the next 3 months are going to be easier again. The last 3 months is going to be a breeze that you might even turn into a male numb by the end of this year.
You never know. But I'm going to Cambodia in September for like 2 weeks, then home for a month.
Break it up.
So like the remainder will fly in. What else?
We have to talk about our Sydney bender.
Oh yeah, so it's just a funny story to finish off. So the way at parties and stuff, you've done it probably yourself, because I've done it, and you always like get really drunk and you just do a ghosty and don't tell anyone you're leaving, and you go home to your bed, and then you get a text message the next day. What happened to you? Blah blah blah. So me and Numbnuts here were up in Sydney for our mate John B's 40th birthday a couple of weeks ago.
John B, it's going to be at least a year before I come back and see you, mate.
Same here. And we went just for the Sunday breakfast, so we had a massive Saturday night, woke up on Sunday just probably still drunk. And then went for breakfast down in Bondi, and happened just to had a couple of beers with breakfast just to take, for a bit of the cure.
Yeah, go the edge off.
And then we ended up going to the bucket list, and we sat and got trolleyed the whole day. It was brilliant fun. We met some really good people, and it was the best laugh. I've never seen him as drunk ever. Like you were just all over this shop. So that's
Making
alright.
new friends, playing with kids.
So we missed our flight. Our flight was at 5:30, so we just said, fuck that, that's not going to happen. And then it must have been about 7:30 or so. I was like, right, like me and John B are still there, and I was like, where's Marty? Like, he's been away for like maybe 20 minutes or half an hour. So I get on my phone, I can't even speak at this stage, so I ring him, I was like, where are you at? I'm at the fucking airport checking in. And I was like, what? And he says, I can't take it anymore, I'll have to go home. I was like, so he done a ghost date from Sydney to Melbourne. He got
Took 3 flights to get home, but we got there. Most expensive trip ever.
So I've never heard of it. If anyone can beat that, I would like to hear about it. But somebody doing a ghost date from Sydney to Melbourne and not even telling his mates that he was going.
I'm heading over to Europe soon, so maybe I'll do a ghosty from Europe to home without anyone knowing.
Right. So what will the missus think about that? So that's another little topic. How you going?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Life's grand, work's busy.
You got a missus now here.
Yep, I think everyone would be well aware of that.
She's out there. Can we get her in?
No, I
Say
don't
hello?
think that's necessary.
Little Abby, she's lovely. She's a little legend, so I approve. Big tick of approval at long last. He's had to kiss a few frogs, didn't you?
Kissed a few frogs, but finally settled down and doing what I do best.
Yep.
Relationship man. Taken ladies.
Yeah, so that's all the crack. Anything else? Just send me a message or something if you
More
want.
questions. We'll filter the questions. Make sure they're not too
Obscene.
I'm not really allowed to ask many questions because we don't know where they're going to take us. So, or post photos. Not allowed to do anything.
All right. See you later, guys.